I can still feel the cold stone floor against my cheek, the way the blackness wrapped around me like it wanted to swallow me whole. My heart was pounding so hard I thought the whole basement could hear it. How did my life turn into this nightmare? My name is Elena, and not long ago I believed I had everything a woman could dream of. A husband, Alex, who looked at me like I was his whole world. 10 beautiful years of marriage, a cozy home filled with our memories, and my best friend, Sophia, the sister I never had, the one who had been by my side since college. We were a little family of 3. Picnics, late-night talks, holidays where we laughed until our sides hurt. I trusted them completely. I loved them completely. But what I didn't know that day was that their smiles were hiding knives aimed straight at my back. It started so innocently. One quiet evening, Alex looked up from his coffee and said, "Let's go to the old family estate this weekend. It's been sitting empty for years. Big Victorian house up in the hills, surrounded by woods. It'll be romantic, just the 3 of us." Sophia's eyes sparkled the way they always did when she was excited. "Yes, like an adventure from our old days." I smiled and agreed. A weekend away from the rush of life sounded perfect. We drove up as the sun was setting, the trees turning gold and red. The mansion stood tall and haunting, ivy crawling up its walls like fingers reaching for the sky. We unpacked, cooked pasta by the big stone fireplace, and toasted to love and friendship. Everything felt warm and safe. But as the night grew deeper and the wind whispered outside, Alex leaned in with that boyish grin I used to adore. "Hey, there's this incredible basement downstairs, an old family vault from the 1800s. Come on, Elena, it'll be fun to explore together." Sophia nodded, squeezing my hand. I laughed and followed them down the narrow, creaky stairs. The air turned cold and damp. Alex's lantern threw long, dancing shadows on the stone walls. At the bottom, he turned to me, voice soft. "Close your eyes for a second. I have a little surprise for you." I trusted him. I closed my eyes. The heavy wooden door slammed shut. The lock clicked like a gunshot. I spun around, confusion turning to panic. "Alex? Sophia? This isn't funny." I banged on the door with both fists. Then I heard their voices through the thick wood, calm, cold, almost relieved. "It's done," Alex said flatly. Sophia let out a soft laugh. "She'll never know about us now. The insurance money will finally be ours. No more pretending." My knees gave out. The world tilted. My husband and my best friend, the 2 people I loved most, had planned this. They were walking away, leaving me here to starve or freeze or lose my mind in the dark. I screamed their names until my throat burned raw, but the only answer was the distant growl of their car engine fading into the night. I was alone, shattered, left to die in the dark. In the hours that followed, the darkness became my only companion. It pressed against me from every side, heavy and endless. I had nothing but the clothes on my back and a small backpack with a half-empty bottle of water and my phone. No signal. Battery at 20%. I turned on the flashlight for just a moment, then forced myself to turn it off to save what little life it had left. I sat on the freezing stone floor and let the memories crash over me like waves. How had I missed it all? The late nights Alex said were important meetings, the way Sophia would text him when I was right there in the room, then quickly lock her phone. The little trips where they always found a reason to step away together. I had told myself I was being paranoid. I loved them too much to let doubt poison what we had. Now, those same memories cut me deeper than any knife ever could. The first full day, hunger started gnawing at my stomach like a wild animal. Thirst followed, even though I rationed every sip. The cold sank into my bones until my teeth chattered nonstop. I curled into a tight ball in the corner and cried until no tears were left. I felt so broken, so exposed, so completely destroyed. The woman who had built a life with them, who had believed in forever, was gone. In her place was just pain, raw, endless pain. I whispered into the blackness, "Why me? What did I ever do to deserve this?" But what I didn't know in that moment of total despair was that the darkness wasn't only breaking me, it was slowly, quietly rebuilding me. By the second day, or maybe the third, time had lost all meaning. Something inside me began to shift. The tears dried up and a quiet fire took their place. They thought they could erase me? They thought I would just disappear and let them live happily ever after on my life insurance? No. I started moving through the basement on my hands and knees, feeling along the walls in the pitch black. Old crates, dusty shelves, forgotten things from Alex's family. My fingers brushed against something metal, a rusty crowbar tucked away in a corner, like it had been waiting for me. I gripped it tight, even though my hands were already raw and bleeding. I dragged myself to the door and started prying at the hinges, chipping away at the old wood and rusted metal. Every swing hurt. Blisters tore open. My arms screamed in protest, but I kept going. Each strike was fueled by the betrayal that had torn my heart apart. I remembered the way they laughed together at dinner the night before. I remembered the secret glances I had ignored. The pain that had shattered me was now the very thing giving me strength. I whispered to myself through gritted teeth, "They don't get to win. Not like this." The struggle was real and brutal. My body grew weaker every hour. My mind danced between wanting to give up and refusing to let them win. But slowly, the broken woman they left behind began to fade. In her place rose someone new, someone fierce, someone who had looked death in the face and decided she wasn't finished yet. When the last hinge finally gave way and the door creaked open, I crawled out on my hands and knees into the faint gray light of dawn. My body was battered, my clothes torn and filthy, but my spirit was alive with a fire I had never known before. Something had come back with me from that darkness. While I had been searching the basement in the black, I had found a hidden compartment in an old wooden desk. Inside were letters, printed emails, bank statements, all the proof I needed. Alex's mounting debts, the huge life insurance policy he had taken out on me only months earlier, and the messages between him and Sophia planning every detail of my accidental death during our romantic getaway. My phone had caught their confession through the crack in the door before the battery died. The audio was clear, unforgettable. I didn't rush home. I made my way through the woods to the nearest town, weak but determined. I walked straight into the police station and told them everything, showed them every piece of evidence. My voice didn't shake once. The truth spread like wildfire. Alex and Sophia had already reported me missing, playing the perfect grieving husband and devastated best friend. They thought they were free. They even held a small memorial service. The climax came 5 days later. I stood outside the little cafe where they were having a quiet, private lunch, still pretending to mourn me. When I walked in, alive and standing tall, the color drained from their faces. Sophia's glass slipped from her hand and shattered on the floor. "Elena?" Alex shot up from his chair, knocking it over. "This can't be happening." I looked them both straight in the eyes, my voice calm and steady for the first time since that terrible night. "You left me to die in the dark, but I came back, and I brought the truth with me." The police stepped in right behind me. Handcuffs clicked. The affair, the conspiracy, the attempt
attempted murder. It all came crashing down on them. Their lives unraveled in front of everyone: family, friends, coworkers, even the local news. They lost the house, the money, their freedom, and every single person who once loved them. As for me, I walked away with my head held high. I sold everything that reminded me of the old life and started fresh in a new city. The betrayal had shattered me into 1,000 pieces, but the revenge, it put me back together stronger than I had ever been. In the quiet moments now, I sit by my window and reflect on it all. Betrayal can break your heart so completely that you think you'll never heal. It can leave you feeling destroyed and utterly alone. But from that same pain can rise a strength you never knew lived inside you. Never underestimate the woman you try to bury in the dark, because she might just rise with something powerful by her side: her voice, her truth, and an unbreakable spirit. I found my peace, not in hatred, but in knowing I survived. The darkness didn't win. I did, and I will never be the same again. Subscribe to the channel now to watch the full video.